Is anybody else 100% convinced that their future partner, their spouse, their soulmate just doesn't exist in the city that they're from? Like, absolutely no way. Like, the type of person you want to be with and want to attract just doesn't exist in your city, let alone like your country. And you're going to have to travel halfway across the world to find that person. Because I, for one, truly believe that. And not only that, for some weird reason, I even feel like my partner is going to be out of my ethnicity, which is something I never thought of before. SubhanAllah, just a feeling. But I can't be the only person that feels like this.
6 months is too long. 6 months is too long. 6 months doesn't work. I've tried and tested it. It's really bad.
Same.
It took 6 months after 6 months to reconnect. And I literally felt like it was like a rule that for every day I was apart, I had to spend a day of quality time with that person to refine and rediscover and to sustain and to evolve and grow a relationship. And I literally felt that 6 months apart took me 6 months with my wife to get back to where we were before those 6 months, especially because some of those 6 months happened unconsciously. And so unconscious time apart isn't healthy, and unconscious reconnection isn't healthy. And that was 6 months of conscious reconnection after 6 months of unconscious disconnectedness that helped us connect again. And I'd never want to do that again. It was too painful to look at someone and someone you love and someone you feel you've really achieved something with, to kind of feel like you had to rebuild it all again. It was too much.
So many women. For all the people that say they wouldn't do long distance relationship, let me tell you the positives of a long distance relationship. Just let me help you out if you're scared. I don't care how far she is. I've been dating so many men, so many women, and at the end of the day, they still break your heart, right? My mom used to tell me, it doesn't matter the distance because the person next door will cheat on you. What if the person 1,000 miles away will treat you like a king? I never thought of that. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've done a long distance relationship. As much as I'm single, unfortunately, some things happen, but it was so amazing. You want to know why? When you separate from each other, you feel like your love is lost, like you lost the love of your life, but you know she's there. It just breaks your heart. You don't want to leave her. The bond becomes so strong because if two people can make it happen, it's unbelievable. It takes a lot of effort. And that's the sad thing. In America, effort, everybody's getting lazy. They don't want effort. They want easy. I want something that I'm willing to work for. That woman is going to see that I am putting in effort and she's going to give me the same effort back. And that is such a turn on for majority of women is effort. I'll fly to the moon to see this girl if I'm truly in love with her and I'm so attracted. I don't care. Love has no distance. It's just true love is what I'm looking for, just like everybody else.
What about long distance relationships? Good if you want to date other people at the same time. Highly recommend long distance relationships if you have several on the roster and if that dude in a long distance relationship is beneficial to you. Okay.
Long distance relationships can be very hard, particularly on women if they don't feel reassured. I feel entirely reassured in this relationship based not just on his words, but on his actions. So the trust is there because of who we are to each other. I know where he is, what he's doing at all times in a way that is not because I need to or because I'm controlling or I have to, because I don't even ask, but he tells me. There is full transparency. He'll be like, oh, babe, I'm just going out with the boys. We're going here. Da, 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 da. He might call me from the place to be like, oh, say hi to the boys. I'll be like, hi, boys. And then the call is done. But it's his way of being transparent to put me at ease with the distance.
Distance doesn't kill a relationship, but fewer conversations and late replies do. It's not the miles that create the gap. It's the silence, the fake effort, the moments when one person stops making the other feel like a priority. Love doesn't need constant physical presence, but it does require consistency. A relationship can survive different time zones, busy schedules, and long stretches without seeing each other. but it can't survive neglect. It can't survive one-sided effort. A simple text, a check-in, a reminder that you are still here. Those little things matter more than people realize. Because when communication starts to slip, so does the connection. You don't lose someone because of distance. You lose them because they stop trying when messages go unanswered for hours. When conversation feels forced and when effort fades into excuses, that is when love starts to die.
Depression. Not having sex for a long period of time can actually increase your risk of anxiety, stress, paranoia, inability to sleep, and depression.
To text and call, basically, like, if you're in a long distance relationship and you want to make it work, here are a few facts you need to apply in your LDR if you want to make it last. Take it from me. I was in a long distance relationship for 6 years and we are currently married. So trust me on this one. So the first thing is you have to be down to text and call basically like all the time. Communication is key when it comes to a long distance relationship. That's basically what's going to keep you guys bonded through the distance, because if you guys aren't talking, then you don't really get to know what the person is up to on a daily basis, what they're doing, how their day was going, all of that. You need to be on video calls, phone calls, text messages, all of that. The second thing you need to be doing is showing each other love on a daily basis. And by showing love, I mean using the different love languages to tell each other how much you mean to each other, basically. You can use words of affection or affirmation, whatever you guys call it. Whatever it is, you just need to show each other some sort of affection through words. You can also do acts of services. So like you can send flowers, you can set up appointments for like spa days, massage, all that kind of stuff, because these are the things that are going to seal the bond. It's gonna make you guys grow closer to each other. It's gonna make you be more appreciative of the person. So you need to be doing these little things, doing something that they like, surprise them with something, even small gestures such as telling them good morning, sending a little paragraph to tell them something nice before they start their day or when they end their day at night, you know. Now the third thing, you need to find a way to see each other. I know with the distance and all, it's not always easy, especially if it's a long distance. It's gonna be complicated for you guys to see each other. But I would recommend at least once or twice a year. If you can't do it, you know, on a consistent basis, you need to find a way to see each other. You guys can go on small vacations together, couples retreat, whatever. At the end of the day, nothing can replace that physical touch that you guys need in the relationship. It can't be replaced by just texting and all those other things I talked about previously. Quality time is something that really is important in a long distance relationship, or any relationship for that matter. So you have to find a way. And when you do see each other, make sure that you use that time preciously. Like, don't be fighting with each other or arguing about ridiculous things, you know. Like, make the best of it, enjoy your time together while it lasts, do some fun activities, go on dates. Don't be scared to spend money, because, you know, at the end of the day, that's not what's gonna matter. And the fourth and last thing is you need to set a goal for when you want to get out of the long distance. Basically, you need a time frame. You need to figure out, when do we want to take the next step? Because I'm pretty sure most people that are in long distance relationship don't want to be in a long distance relationship, because you obviously want to be with that person physically. So you need to set a time frame. You need to decide, like, by this year or that month, I want for us to be in this place or that place. So at the end of the day, probably one of you guys will have to make a move. But if you love each other that much, you are going to be willing to do the sacrifice. So I hope it's gonna work out for you guys. And yeah, those were my tips for if you want your long distance relationship to last.